In life, some moments redefine what we believe to be possible. This story begins with a woman who, by all outward appearances, seemed completely ordinary. Not an athlete, not a prodigy, simply a woman with a quiet determination to challenge herself. She had never trained in martial arts before, had no prior experience in combat sports, and yet she decided to walk into a Jiu Jitsu gym, a place known for its rigorous training, intense discipline, and highly competitive environment. Jiu Jitsu, often called the gentle art, is a martial art that focuses on leverage, technique, and strategy over brute strength. Practitioners learn to use their opponent's force against them, applying submissions and holds that require precision and patience. For beginners, this art can seem overwhelming. The coordination, timing, and mental focus demanded can feel intimidating, especially for someone with no background. When the woman first arrived at the gym, she quickly noticed that not everyone welcomed her presence. Martial arts gyms, like any tight-knit community, have their own social dynamics. Experienced students often look at newcomers with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. This skepticism is especially strong when the newcomer does not fit the typical profile of a martial artist, youthful, athletic, or aggressive. Instead, she appeared simple, perhaps even fragile to the untrained eye. At the start, some students whispered, others openly questioned her commitment, and a few even ridiculed her. This kind of reaction, unfortunately, is not rare. In competitive spaces, people can be quick to judge and slow to accept those who don't immediately show obvious skill or confidence, but such judgment often comes from insecurity and a misunderstanding of what true potential looks like. Despite the cold shoulders and doubt cast upon her, the woman did not waver. She did not enter the gym to prove anyone else wrong or to seek validation. She came because she wanted to transform herself, to grow stronger physically and mentally, and to push her limits. This intrinsic motivation would be the fuel for her journey. Her approach was humble and disciplined. She listened carefully during every class, absorbed the lessons like a sponge, and practiced relentlessly. Jiu Jitsu is not about flashiness. It is about dedication and incremental improvement. Every technique she learned was a step towards mastery, and every failure was a lesson in disguise. The gym's culture also played a role in shaping her experience. While some students were quick to judge, many others understood that martial arts is a journey, not a destination. Respect in Jiu Jitsu is earned over time through effort, respect for others, and consistency. This woman was slowly earning that. Respect, not with words, but with her actions. Her story is emblematic of a larger truth. Beginnings are often humble and uncertain. What separates those who succeed from those who quit is not natural talent, but resilience, the ability to endure criticism, to learn from mistakes, and to stay committed when progress seems slow. Beyond the physical lessons, Jiu Jitsu teaches mental resilience, emotional control, and strategic thinking. It is often said that martial arts are as much about mastering the mind as mastering the body. This woman was about to discover the depth of that truth. She represents all the underdogs, the quiet, unassuming people who are overlooked and underestimated. Her journey reminds us that real strength comes not from where you start, but from how you face the challenges along the way. As the story unfolds, we will see how this simple woman, underestimated by many, uses the very principles of Jiu Jitsu to turn the tables in a way that nobody expected. As the woman continued attending classes, the initial skepticism from her peers grew more evident. Martial arts gyms can be intense environments where every move is scrutinized and every mistake amplified. For her, the toughest opponent wasn't the physical challenge of Jiu Jitsu itself, but the social and psychological barriers imposed by others. One day during a regular class, a moment unfolded that would test her resolve. The instructor paired her with a seasoned black belt for sparring, a challenge that seemed almost insurmountable. The black belt was highly respected, skilled and confident, having trained for years and won numerous competitions. To the onlookers, it was obvious that the woman was no match. Before the match even began, some students openly mocked her. Comments were whispered, laughter exchanged, and doubts voiced. Why is she even here? She'll be finished in seconds. This kind of ridicule can break the spirit of many newcomers, but it became the crucible in which her determination was forged. The black belt himself initially approached the sparring with a dismissive attitude, seeing the challenge as a mere formality. Yet beneath that dismissal lay a competitive spirit that demanded respect be earned, no matter the opponent. Jiu Jitsu, unlike many other martial arts, relies heavily on humility and respect. It teaches practitioners to understand their own limitations while recognizing the potential in others. This philosophy creates a unique dynamic on the mat, where every engagement is both a physical and mental contest. As the match began, the tension in the room was palpable. The woman was calm, her breathing steady despite the nerves. She remembered every lesson, how to maintain balance, how to sense the opponent's intentions, and most importantly, how to remain composed under pressure. In those critical first seconds, many would expect the black belt to overpower her easily, but she moved with a focus and clarity that surprised everyone. Her defense was tight, her counters precise. She was not fighting with strength but with strategy, timing, and an unyielding will. What followed was a display of skill that defied expectations. In just a matter of seconds, she executed a flawless submission hold that forced the black belt to tap out, a signal of surrender in Jiu Jitsu. The entire gym fell silent in disbelief. This moment was not only a physical victory, but a profound lesson for everyone present. It shattered assumptions about ability, strength, and what can be achieved through perseverance. The woman had turned ridicule into respect, doubt into belief. This story illustrates a crucial point. Mastery in any field is not reserved for the naturally gifted, but is available to those who are willing to work hard, stay focused, and never give up. It also emphasizes the importance of mental toughness, the ability to remain calm and confident even when the odds seem against you. For anyone watching or hearing this story, the message is clear. Don't let others define your limits. The greatest victories often come from those who refuse to be limited by the opinions and doubts of others. Beyond the physical encounter, this experience helped her grow emotionally and mentally. It boosted her self-esteem, fueled her motivation, and earned her a newfound respect within the gym community. It also reinforced the core philosophy of Jiu Jitsu, that with patience, respect, and dedication, even the simplest person can overcome the most formidable challenges. The moment the woman submitted the black belt in just 10 seconds, something profound shifted, not only in her own life, but also within the entire gym. The ripple effect of that brief but powerful encounter extended far beyond the mats. For many in the gym, witnessing such an unexpected outcome was a lesson in humility. It challenged their assumptions and biases, forcing them to rethink what they believed about strength, skill, and potential. Those who had laughed or doubted her began to reconsider their views, realizing how easily they had misjudged someone based on appearances and preconceived notions. This transformation in perception is one of the subtle yet powerful aspects of martial arts culture. It teaches practitioners that respect is not given automatically, but earned through action, character, and perseverance. The woman's victory became a symbol of that principle, reminding everyone that skill and heart can come from the most unexpected places. But beyond social dynamics, the woman's triumph sparked a deeper internal change. She realized that Jiu Jitsu was not just a Physical challenge, but a way of life. The discipline, patience, and resilience required on the mat translated into her everyday existence. She learned to face difficulties with calmness, to stay composed under pressure, and to approach problems strategically rather than emotionally. Her journey became an inspiration for others who felt marginalized or underestimated in different areas of life. It showed that transformation is possible regardless of background or initial ability. The idea that someone simple could overcome a black belt in seconds resonated deeply because it symbolized hope for those who face their own personal struggles. Moreover, this story highlights a universal truth about human potential. Too often, people limit themselves by internalizing the doubts and criticisms of others. Yet when we dare to challenge those limits, we discover untapped reservoirs of strength and ability. This woman's experience is a testament to the power of perseverance, courage, and self-belief. From a technical perspective, her quick submission was a masterclass in applying fundamental principles under pressure. Jiu Jitsu teaches that technique and timing are more critical than raw strength. By leveraging her opponent's momentum and using precise grips and angles, she achieved a result that stunned even experienced practitioners. This moment also underlines the importance of mindset in martial arts and life. Confidence, mental clarity, and the refusal to be intimidated can turn the tide in any contest. For viewers and students alike, it's a reminder that mastering the mind is as essential as mastering physical skills. In the days and weeks following the event, the gym's atmosphere shifted. New students who heard the story were drawn to the art, inspired by the idea that anyone, regardless of starting point, could achieve greatness. The woman herself continued to train with renewed passion, her success fueling a deeper commitment to growth. Her story is a beacon of hope for anyone who feels overlooked, undervalued, or underestimated. It shows that with discipline, humility, and heart, remarkable transformations are possible. It is a powerful narrative about the triumph of spirit and the breaking down of barriers. The story of the woman who humbled a black belt in 10 seconds goes far beyond a simple martial arts victory. It embodies essential life lessons that can inspire anyone facing obstacles, doubt, or adversity. First, her experience highlights the power of resilience. Being ridiculed and underestimated could have crushed her spirit, but instead, it strengthened her resolve. Resilience isn't just about enduring hardships. It's about transforming challenges into opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. In life, we often encounter black belts, people or situations that seem unbeatable, daunting, or beyond our reach. The temptation is to back down, to avoid risk. But this story teaches us to face those challenges head-on, armed with preparation, calmness, and a belief in our own potential. Another crucial lesson is the importance of mindset. The woman entered the mat not as a victim, but as a learner and competitor, focused on technique and mental control. This mindset, calm, focused, and positive, is key to overcoming many of life's challenges, whether they are physical, emotional, or professional. This story also underscores the value of humility and respect. Martial arts, particularly Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, foster a culture where respect is earned, not given lightly. Her victory came not from arrogance, but from respect for her opponent and for the art itself. Such humility enables us to keep learning and growing even after success. The swift submission of the black belt also reminds us about the power of fundamentals. In a world obsessed with flash and speed, mastering the basics, whether in sports, work, or relationships, creates a solid foundation for true success. The fundamentals provide the tools needed to adapt and excel when unexpected situations arise. Furthermore, the story challenges societal stereotypes. The idea that a simple woman could defeat an experienced black belt shakes the common narratives about strength, gender, and ability. It encourages inclusivity and reminds us not to judge potential by surface impressions. From a psychological perspective, the victory exemplifies the growth mindset concept, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck. This mindset encourages viewing failures and challenges as opportunities to learn and improve, rather than as permanent limitations. The woman embodied this by persevering despite ridicule and doubt. Her story is also a call to action for those who feel marginalized or overlooked. It invites everyone to find their mat, a place or passion where they can practice, grow, and prove their worth. Success often begins with a single step, showing up and committing to the process. Finally, the impact of her victory on the community highlights the importance of representation. Seeing someone break barriers and defy expectations can inspire others to believe in themselves and pursue their dreams. The ripple effect of such stories can change cultures and attitudes over time. In summary, this woman's journey from ridicule to respect is not just about martial arts. It's a metaphor for life's battles and triumphs. It reminds us that with resilience, mindset, humility, and dedication, we can overcome doubts and achieve greatness, no matter our starting point. The impact of the woman's remarkable victory over a black belt in just 10 seconds extended far beyond that single moment. It became a legacy, inspiring many and transforming perspectives about ability, courage, and perseverance. Her story is a shining example of how determination and belief in oneself can overturn societal expectations. For those watching, it serves as a reminder that everyone has untapped potential, often waiting for the right moment or the right opportunity to shine. One important aspect of this legacy is the encouragement of inclusivity in martial arts and sports in general. The woman's triumph challenges stereotypes about gender, age, background, and physical appearance. It emphasizes that true skill and mastery are not determined by external factors, but by dedication, learning, and heart. For new students or beginners, this story offers hope and motivation. It's a call to start, to keep going despite setbacks, and to embrace the journey rather than just the outcome. It teaches that growth is possible for everyone, and that every challenge faced is a step toward mastery. Her victory also encouraged the gym community to foster a more supportive and respectful environment. The culture shifted toward valuing perseverance and effort over preconceived notions. This kind of atmosphere is vital for nurturing new talent and empowering individuals to reach their full potential. On a personal level, the woman's journey did not end with that one submission. Instead, it marked the beginning of a deeper commitment to Jiu Jitsu and to continual self-improvement. She became a role model and mentor for others, sharing her experience and encouraging those who faced similar doubts or obstacles. Her story embodies the essence of what martial arts truly represent. More than fighting techniques, they are paths towards self-discovery, resilience, and respect. They teach that true victory is over oneself, over fear, doubt, and limitation. From a broader perspective, the narrative challenges society to rethink how we evaluate talent and success. It invites us to create spaces where everyone can thrive, regardless of their origin or how they look. This inclusivity enriches communities and drives progress. Finally, the story leaves us with a powerful message. Greatness is accessible to all who dare to try. It's not about starting as the strongest or most skilled, but about the willingness to learn, grow, and never give up. In conclusion, this woman's swift and stunning victory on the jiu-jitsu mat is a testament to the human spirit's capacity for transformation. It's a story of courage, strategy, and heart that inspires us all to believe in our potential and pursue our dreams relentlessly. The woman's astonishing victory over the black belt was much more than a moment of physical triumph. It was a profound lesson about life, resilience, and self-belief. In just 10 seconds, she shattered not only her opponent's expectations, but also the invisible barriers society often places around us based on appearances, background, or status. Her story teaches us that true strength lies not in muscle or rank, but in the courage to face challenges head-on, the humility to keep learning, and the unwavering belief in our own potential. It reminds us that success is not reserved for the privileged or the experienced alone. It is available to anyone willing to step onto their own mat and put in the work. Beyond technique and competition, this story is a metaphor for every obstacle we face in life. Like the submission that ended the match quickly, sometimes the greatest breakthroughs come from mastering the fundamentals: patience, persistence, and mental clarity. Most importantly, her journey highlights that every setback, every moment of doubt or ridicule can become fuel for growth. It encourages us to rise above judgments and to trust in our unique path. When we embrace this mindset, we open the door to transformation, not just in sport, but in every aspect of our lives. So whether you're starting something new, facing a difficult challenge, or feeling underestimated, remember this: the power to change your story lies within you. The woman who won in 10 seconds shows us that greatness is not about how you begin, but how fiercely you believe and persist. Let her victory be a beacon, proof that even the simplest among us can achieve the extraordinary when courage meets opportunity.